What would you do if the people you trusted the most betrayed you? What if your own family sold you into slavery? Would you give up on God, or would you keep believing that He still had a plan? Today's true Bible story is about a young man who lost everything because of betrayal. He was sold as a slave, falsely accused, thrown into prison, and forgotten by everyone. Yet in the end, God lifted him higher than anyone could have imagined. Stay with me until the end, because this story may change the way you look at your own struggles. Long ago, there lived a young man named Joseph. He was the beloved son of his father, Jacob. Joseph loved God and tried to live with honesty and faith. One day, Joseph had a remarkable dream. He told his brothers, "I saw bundles of grain in a field. My bundle stood upright, while all of yours bowed down to it." Later, he had another dream. "I saw the sun, the moon, and 11 stars bowing down before me." Instead of celebrating with him, his brothers became jealous. They believed Joseph wanted to rule over them. Their jealousy grew stronger every day. One day, Jacob sent Joseph to check on his brothers as they were tending the family's flocks. When they saw him coming from a distance, they said to one another, "Here comes the dreamer. Let's get rid of him." At first, they planned to kill him, but instead they threw him into an empty pit. Soon afterward, a caravan of traders passed by. Joseph's brothers sold him for 20 pieces of silver. As Joseph was taken away, he cried for help, but no one came to rescue him. The traders brought Joseph to Egypt, where he was sold to a man named Potiphar, an important official. Although Joseph was a slave, he worked faithfully and trusted God. The Lord was with Joseph, and everything he did prospered. Potiphar noticed this and placed Joseph in charge of his entire household. But another test was waiting. Potiphar's wife tried to tempt Joseph into sin. Joseph refused. He said, "How could I do such a wicked thing and sin against God?" Angry because she had been rejected, she falsely accused Joseph of attacking her. Without a fair trial, Joseph was thrown into prison. Imagine how he must have felt. He had done the right thing, yet he was punished. Many people would have lost hope. But Joseph never stopped trusting God. Even in prison, God's favor remained with him. The prison keeper soon trusted Joseph and gave him responsibility over the other prisoners. One night, 2 prisoners had strange dreams. Joseph explained their meanings through the wisdom God gave him. Everything happened exactly as Joseph had said. Years later, Pharaoh himself had disturbing dreams that no one in Egypt could explain. Then one of the former prisoners remembered Joseph. Joseph was brought before Pharaoh. He humbly said, "I cannot interpret dreams by myself, but God will give Pharaoh the answer." Joseph explained that Egypt would experience 7 years of great abundance, followed by 7 years of severe famine. He advised Pharaoh to store food during the good years. Pharaoh recognized God's wisdom in Joseph. That very day, he made Joseph the second most powerful ruler in all of Egypt. The young man who had once been sold as a slave was now leading an entire nation. Soon, the famine spread across many lands. People from every direction came to Egypt to buy food. Among them were Joseph's own brothers. They bowed before him, not realizing who he was. Joseph immediately recognized them. He had every opportunity to take revenge. Instead, he chose mercy. Finally, Joseph revealed his identity. His brothers were terrified. They expected punishment. But Joseph looked at them with tears in his eyes. He said, "Do not be afraid. You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good, to accomplish what is now being done, the saving of many lives." Joseph forgave his brothers. He embraced them with love instead of hatred. What people meant for evil, God turned into something beautiful. Lesson: sometimes life doesn't make sense. You may be betrayed, misunderstood, or treated unfairly. But Joseph's story reminds us that God is always working behind the scenes. Even in your darkest moments, He is preparing something greater than you can imagine. Never lose your faith. God's timing is always perfect. If this story encouraged you today, please like this video, share it with someone who needs hope, and subscribe to Soulora for more inspiring Bible stories. May God bless you abundantly. Amen.